Awesome. All right. So, Friday, July 24th, Froggy Friday with Reverend Claire and the Buddha Within. Welcome, everybody. And I am Reverend Melody Bailey. I am on the board for the Center for Spiritual Living Kenya, and I am also on the Conscious Living Foundation board. And I welcome everybody here today. We are going to open up with a short meditation followed by a prayer, and then we will have some announcements and a song. So I invite you all to mute and to get centered. You can close your eyes if you like, or you can just gaze lightly. And just deep breathing in and out slowly. And with each breath, feel the body relaxing. Your shoulders are coming down from around your ears. Imagine a warm, velvety cloak of relaxation flowing from the very top of your head down around your face and your cheeks and your jaw, down your neck. Your shoulders are relaxing. Your arms feel heavy. This relaxation is flowing through your chest, your abdomen, your hips, and your thighs, your shins, your feet. All is relaxed. And now I want you to visualize yourself somewhere peaceful out in nature. It could be a beach, it could be a forest, by a lake, on a mountain, in a field, wherever feels like a warm, embracing, safe place to be. And as you visualize yourself in this beautiful outdoor location, you find a place to sit. And you sit down. Your feet are bare. And you feel grounded to the earth. You can feel that connection between yourself and the ground. You feel that connection and you feel peace in this moment. And this feeling of peace starts in your heart and your mind and flows throughout your body. And it's a joyful peace, a loving peace, a kind peace. And because this peace is truly a blessing to you, you decide to share that peace by expanding that feeling of peace radiating from the core of your being outward. And it radiates outward. And that peace is felt by the earth, by the air, by the sky, by all of the nature, all of the animals and the insects, and the birds. And that peace radiates out, and wherever it comes into contact with people, they feel this wave of peace flowing through them, this joyful, loving, kind peace. And this peace flows on out through the country, through the continent, and around the globe. And wherever people are suffering, the peace lingers and stays just a while longer for these people, lifting them up out of whatever is happening in that moment and bringing them that feeling of peace and that feeling of unity, of oneness. So just sit, feeling that loving, kind, joyful peace radiating from the core of your being around the world, sharing it with all who are open to this. And just sit for a moment and feel. And now you feel that energy, that peace that's gone around the globe now returns back to you. For it has gone around the whole circumference of the world. And it is radiating from you and also to you while touching every essence of life on the planet. So as you feel this feeling of peace and joy and loving kindness, you smile to yourself in this place that you have chosen to sit and be. And you stand up and stretch in your mind's eye in this special place that is warm and loving and in nature. You now return to the present moment, here and now, back in your body, and you may open your eyes when you're comfortable. All right. I'm moving straight into our affirmative prayer, our spiritual mind treatment. So what I know in this eternal moment of now, where there is only God and nothing else, I know that God is the source of everything. It is the idea and the thing itself. It is all potential, all manifest being, all love, all kindness, all good. God is always for everything. And because God is everywhere, there is not a place where God is not. There is only God and nothing else. So as a unique individualization of this, the source that is God itself, I know that there are many flowing out from the one, each unique individualizations, yet truly one in the one with God. So I speak my word here now for today's gathering, virtual, knowing that Reverend Claire's message is inspirational to each and every person. Everyone takes something from her talk today. And that community is felt, even though it is virtual, that being together, that oneness, that vibrancy of community is always present. Even if we're not physically together, we are still together. So I am grateful to know that this Froggy Friday fills a spiritual need, a spiritual searching within each and every one of us. That the community is expressing love to each other through community, through gathering together virtually. And that we all leave with a little something to take forward in our day, our week. and with gratitude that these words that I have spoken are the truth and that are known in the law of mind and therefore made so in the experience of each and every person participating, whether here present or watching later. I release these words with that gratitude, in faith and trust, knowing God always makes it so, and so it is.
So it is.
Ah, all right. I am going to share up my screen and we're going to sing a song, then we'll have announcements. So I thought I'd mix it up today, and we're going to sing a song by Reverend Christy Snow that is I Sing My Love. So hopefully I remember it. Hopefully other people know it. It's pretty easy to follow along to, so I'm just going to share the words. All right. So once you've got the hang of it, if you want to unmute and sing along, you can. If you want to stay and mute and sing along, you can. It's up to you. 1, 2. I sing my love. I sing my love. I sing my love into the world. I sing my love. I sing my love. I sing my love into the world. I sing my love. I sing my love. I sing my love into the world. I sing my love. I sing my love. I sing my love into the world. I dance my joy. I dance my joy. I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy. I dance my joy. I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy. I dance my joy. I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy. I dance my joy. I dance my joy into the world. I live my peace. I live my peace. I live my peace into the world. I live my peace. I live my
Mm.
peace. I live my peace into the world. I live my peace. I live my peace. I live my peace into the world. I live my peace. I live my peace. I live my peace into the world. Woohoo! So that one was pretty simple, wasn't it? I hope you're all able to follow along and we're singing in the background there. Ah, so I would like to ask Reverend Claire if she has any educational or any other announcements to make this morning.
Actually, I don't, but stay tuned. Um, we're um, we're halfway through our class on spiritual mind treatment and looking forward to a one-day workshop in August. And soon we'll have word about the next class that we'll be offering. Um, so stay tuned, watch your student chat, and um, our goal is to provide information. My my ideal would be a year, but even 6 months, so that people could look and see what classes are going to be offered and kind of plan. And so
Mhm.
that is our goal. That's what we see as happening because at this time we're kind of, because of changes in our center and people leaving, we're just kind of doing it one class at a time. So so pay attention, and we're looking forward to um, more classes coming. So thank you.
Thank you. And I would just like you to remind me, when is visioning? Is that the third Friday of the month?
Visioning is the first Friday of the
First.
month at this time, at this
Okay.
same link. We get together for the spiritual practice of visioning, which I think most of you are familiar with. It's a spiritual practice where we simply open our minds to ask, what is Spirit's highest idea for my life,
Mhm.
for my work, for what's next, for this project? And we come together and do that together. If you haven't done it, it's a powerful spiritual practice to kind of access another part of your brain. We have these thinking parts of our brain that are always trying to solve things and figure out what to do. Envisioning, instead of doing that, we let our brain go empty, and it may be a color, a sound that comes to us as a message. And then on the third Friday, we have our drop in, everyone's welcome prosperity group. It's just an ongoing discussion of abundance is my birthright. And it's a place for us to come together and support each other as we work to accept the abundance that's around us, to create the lives that we want, to discuss our challenges as we're doing that. Um, and so the link and the reminder is always posted in the student chat a day or two before, and then the morning of that. Um, so we'd love to have you join us. It's just a time for sharing and supporting each other.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. So we've got a lot going on, and of course, we have our in-person and virtual gatherings. And I'm wondering if Paul could let us know when the next one is going to be. I think we just had one, didn't we, Paul?
Thank you, Reverend Mel. Yes, we just had one, which was very good. We had a good time. And it always happens on the third Saturday of the month. Third Saturday of the month. We have chosen to have them mostly at the office so that people can have a chance also to visit the office. And also, if they need to borrow books, they can come along. So it's the third Saturday of the month. So the next one will be next month. Next month. Before I finish, I also had a question to Reverend Claire. Is there a planned discovery class? Because a number of people have been asking. We call it foundation now, not discovery. Yeah.
No, neither one of those is scheduled. And we're aware that there are a lot of people who we actually have a number of what we call foundational classes. And one of them is called Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life. And it's like it's a wonderful beginning class. And that's the one I'm seeing as a strong possibility, that would be the next one that's offered, and hopefully perhaps in August and September even. So it's a great review for people who have been taking classes, and it's a wonderful introduction um, for for people who haven't yet had the chance to take any classes.
Mhm.
And thank you, Paul, because you see, it's good for us to be nudged because we, whatever, it's just good. So, like, keep
Mhm.
saying to us, hey, we need that class. We need to have that class. We have people that want to take that class. What are you guys doing? So,
Mhm.
we love it when you say that. So, thanks.
Yeah. Thanks, Paul. And we'll definitely have a look at that when we can pop in a discovery class as well. And so more to be revealed on that. Thank you for the gentle reminder. Okay, so now I get to announce Reverend Claire is doing her talk on the Buddha within, which is extremely intriguing to me. I can't wait to hear what she has to say because Reverend Claire is a very wise woman and she's done a lot. She's studied a lot. So I would like everybody to put up their hands in welcoming, saying, Reverend Claire, we want to hear you. So over to you, Reverend Claire.
Thank you. Thank you, Reverend Melody. And thank you for um, that meditation on peace and that opening to create the space for us to come together. I'd like to say as I start something about Froggy Friday. Many of you have been part of CSL Kenyon for a while, but some of you may not know why we call this twice a month gathering Froggy Friday. This center was founded by a minister named Reverend Connie Phelps, who was a minister in Canada and basically heard a call, go to Africa. She'd never been to Africa. She didn't know anything about Africa or know anyone in Africa, but she came to Kenya and began teaching one or two people in her home at a time. And from that has grown CSL Kenya. Reverend Connie loved frogs, and she collected frogs. And for her, frog was a powerful acronym, and it stood for full, what full?
Realization.
Full, sorry, full realization of God. The full realization of God. God, I can't believe, see, that skipped out of my mind. A reminder that we are one. And every time she saw a frog or one of her little frogs in her collection, she remembered that, the full realization of God. So when we began to have these gatherings twice a month, we were trying to think of a name, and it was just called Froggy Friday at first while we were thinking of a name. And then that became what it is. So this, when we say that, that's to remind us that we are one, and we're on that path of knowing our oneness, fully realizing that. As I'm talking about that, I'd like to invite everyone here. We are in a process of transformation and shift right now at CSL Kenya, and we're looking at the structure and how this gathering works. And we are open to what you think would make this time better. Meet your needs, be more powerful. Some of you have already shared your ideas, and we're so grateful for that because, I mean, my idea is that anyone who came to a Froggy Friday would say, oh my God, I don't ever want to miss that again. My goal is that you leave and you think, oh my gosh, I'm just so glad I was there. And that may happen occasionally, but we'd like it to happen more, and we'd like this gathering to grow as a time to get together, and we want your input. So you can either post it in the student chat, or you can message me or Reverend Melody privately in WhatsApp. But if you've been one who's thought, that would sure be a lot better if they do this, and why did they have that? We want to hear about that because we're ready. We're ready for something new, something big. So it's just a delight for me to be here with you. I realize that I love talking about science of mind with like-minded people, almost more than anything else. And I also know that everything I say in a class or in a gathering is what I need to hear. Sometimes a thought will come to me like, oh, and then I think, oh my gosh, that's what I'm teaching. That's what I've said to my students over and over again, but I need to hear it again. And it's a powerful experience for me when I open myself to what's there to say, what needs to be said. It's what I need to hear as well. I want everyone to know that we're on this journey together. We're companions on this journey of awakening, of knowing who we really are, of growing into our true, powerful, creative selves. So Reverend Myrna and I are teaching a class on spiritual mind treatment. Now, as you know, spiritual mind treatment is our form of affirmative prayer. Affirmative means yes. It's our form of saying yes. We never beg some power outside of us for things to be different or to give us something, because God is all there is, and we are surrounded by that already. And what we need is right here. It's up to us to open our hands and receive it. And that's what we're learning to do. So as I was, one of the first step in spiritual mind treatment, and of course we talk about this powerful practice, it's how we use our creative power. It's how we know the truth and remember the truth. That's mostly what spiritual mind treatment is about, because as humans, we just keep forgetting. We think we're in lack, we're scared, we get into survival mode, we get into resentment or frustration, and we forget the truth. And so we come together to remember that truth over and over again. The truth about how amazing it is to be alive. The truth of what nature teaches us about infinity, about wide open possibilities, about beauty. The truth about the joy of human relationships. Even the truth that when we're grieving for something very painful that's happened, we're remembering that that is there because of love. When we lose someone we love, we would never say, well, I wish that hadn't happened, because they go together, the love, the connection, and then the sadness when that person moves on. So today I want to talk about that, about remembering the truth of who we are. And I want to tell you a little story. And some of you may have heard this story, but if you have, listen again and see what is new there for you to hear today. This is a true story. When I was teaching children, they always wanted to know, is this a true story or a made-up story? This is a true story. You can actually research it and find more facts on it if you want. And this is what happened. So back in maybe the 1300s or so, there was a monastery, temple in Thailand. They were Buddhists. Buddhist monks served there and lived there. And a great artist created a statue of the Buddha. It was 3 meters high, a seated Buddha made of solid gold. And this was a precious thing in their monastery. They brought gifts to, of food and flowers, the way Buddhists do to recognize the inner divinity. And this was the most precious thing in their monastery. Well, time went by, monks lived and died, and one day they learned that an invading army was coming from Burma, destroying and pillaging as it went. And of course, the monks were concerned, like, what would happen to this precious statue of theirs, their golden Buddha? And obviously, the marauders, the invading armies would steal it, perhaps destroy it, melt it down, whatever. So they thought about what to do. And what they decided to do was they created mud. They gathered a kind of mud that was near them that when it hardened was as hard as rock. And they brought this mud and they covered the entire Buddha with it. And then they stuck some pieces of broken glass and some shiny stones in the mud so that as it hardened, it looked like it had always been that way. So now it just looked like a worthless mud stone Buddha. Well, years went by. Those monks that had done that died, and new monks came in their place, and the old stone Buddha ended up in a kind of out-of-way corner in a shed under a tin roof to protect it from the elements. No one knew what was there. And then in 1946, Thailand got a new king. His name was, well, all of the Thailand kings are known as Rama. So he was Rama the Ninth. And he wanted to modernize Thailand. He wanted to emphasize their cultural heritage and do many, many things to bring a new life to their country. And one of his projects was to gather up Buddhas from all over the country. And he sent people out, and they searched, and they found this old Buddha. And its only value was that it was so old. They knew it was very old. And so the king was bringing these Buddhas to the capital city to create a great display of these Buddhas from all over the country, all different kinds and shapes, and, the laughing Buddha, the reclining Buddha, the seated Buddha, standing Buddhas. And it was a huge project. And so they came to get the old stone Buddha from the monastery, and they transported it to the capital city, and they had a place where it was going to be set, and they had that place ready for it. And so they had to get a crane to lift this very heavy, very, very heavy statue and lift it up onto its place. As they were lifting it, something happened with the crane, as happens sometimes, and it slipped. And the stone Buddha fell to the ground. As they ran to it to see if it was okay and what had happened, they saw that a whole section of the stone had broken off. And underneath, they saw something gold shining. So, of course, they began to carefully remove all of this dried mud, this rock that was covering it, and discovered the statue was made of pure gold. And I'm not sure when the value was set, but a value of $250 million. So now it's a very famous statue in Thailand. You can go and visit it and see it in its place of honor. And of course, this is a story about all of us. That's why it's called the Buddha within. So inside all of us, we're like a statue made of pure gold, so incredibly valuable. And we allow ourselves, or life covers us over with junk, with garbage, with mud, with fake jewels and broken glass. And after a while, everybody and ourselves think that's who we are. We begin to think, well, that's who I am. Not worth much, just an old statue. And yet, of course, the truth is, we're God in form. We're God expressing. We're God inside all those false beliefs and limiting beliefs and things our parents told us, things our culture told us, Who are you? You're not good enough. Don't expect that. Don't be so greedy. What do you expect? Life is hard. It's all like that mud, just covering over who we really are. And then, of course, we have a tendency to believe things people tell us. People tell us, well, they're not going to count you. Like your opinion doesn't matter. And we believe that. Our work here with studying the science of mind, with coming together at Centers for Spiritual Living Kenya, is to support each other as we chip off that surface and reveal that perfection within. Every time we sit in meditation and go deep in meditation and let ourselves experience the love that surrounds us, focus on the perfection that surrounds us. Look at the love that's present in our lives. Look at the gifts and the blessings we've had. Every time we do that, a little more of that rock is chipped away and more of our true self comes forward. Every time we go into a spiritual mind treatment, a prayer, and know the truth and remember the truth, I am abundant. The peace of God flows through me, and I experience it right now. And so our challenge, and this is why we keep coming together, because, well, I think we all do this. We chip off a little bit of it, and we're kind of happy, we're kind of excited. We remember, like, oh my gosh, yes, I remember, and I'm going to live this. But then something happens, and it's like somebody's splashed a bunch of mud up on us again and covers it up. So it's our constant work. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's what it means to be human, is to deal with these challenges, to continue our work of awakening on our path of supporting and helping others, doing our work, opening ourselves to who am I really, who is my true self, and what actions are consistent with who I really am. It's easy enough. Being easy enough if you think of that old stone Buddha talking, oh, I just wish I could be something better. Oh, I just wish people would worship me and pay attention to me. It didn't need that? No. It already was perfect. Our perfection was just covered up. This is why we come together. This is why we take classes. This is why me and Reverend Melody and all of the ministers are on this journey. It's a lifetime journey of awakening, of expanding, of chipping more and more of what's not true, what's not real away, and remembering this is who I am. So as you leave today, that's what I'm taking take this story with you. I was going to try to share a picture of the Golden Buddha, but technology, So, but you might be interested. Just look up Golden Buddha in Thailand. You'll see a picture of this Golden Buddha. And remember, when something happens that seems frustrating, annoying, upsetting, makes you angry or feeling down or feeling overwhelmed, think of this story. Remember, that's what I am. The Buddha within, inside me, is something perfect and whole and complete. And my job is simply to let it shine, to let it come, to share it with others. I know this is true. And I know for all of you that You are discovering amazing things as you grow and learn and practice. So I send you my love. Thank you for letting me come and share some time with you. Namaste.
Thank you, Reverend Claire. Is this the Buddha
Oh,
you were
somebody
talking
found.
about?
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, it's pretty
10,
amazing, hey?
it's 10 feet high. That's it. Thank you so much. See, we all work together here.
Yeah, that's that's pretty amazing. So thank you very much for your talk and for that reminder that it's just stuff that you know, that mud that coats us. It's just stuff that we've lived through or have come to believe and all of that. But the essence of who we are is really the truth of who we are. And that is not the mud. That is the golden Buddha within. I really appreciate that. Opening up the floor to anybody who has any comments to say. Let's see if we have any sharing today. So if you'd like to share, put up your hand or unmute and
Yes,
okay, go ahead.
really to appreciate the revelation that the a pure essence in us, the golden Buddha within us, will never change, will never be destroyed by mud and be forever. Is for us to unveil that one. Once we are conscious, we will be there and we sing and we shine for other people. Thank you very much, Reverend Claire, for that. I know who I
Thank you.
am.
Thank you, Gatonga. We got a message from Wilkester. We love us. Thank you, Reverend Claire.
Thank you, Wilkester.
Uh, so, anybody else have anything to share at this moment? Okay, I don't see any hands. Now, we always offer to have a practitioner be available for prayer. If you have a need for that, we can do a breakout room, or at least I can try, and we can put you with one of our practitioners for prayer. If there is a need for that, please either put your hand up now or put something in the chat. And
And
while
we talked about knowing the truth. Now,
Mhm.
this is what practitioners and ministers do when you take a moment to pray with them. And all you have to say is, please know the truth for me about my abundance. Please know the truth for me about my health. You don't really have to share what the problem is or the challenge. You can if you want, but it's simply asking them to remember with you that that golden Buddha is your true self. It's actually a wonderful opportunity to have a one-on-one for a few minutes with one of our practitioners, and all of our leaders and practitioners are available to do that with you anytime. And if you want to put something in the student chat and say, I would like someone to contact me for a prayer, one of us will contact you. We'll set up a time and have that time of knowing the truth with and for you.
We
So
have a
consider that.
practitioner group that we
Yeah.
can forward that request to. And so if you want anything, we are here to help. Okay, I am going to ask Paul to close us out with a closing prayer. And then we will be done for this Froggy Friday. So thank you all for coming. I know you've all been lifted up by Reverend Claire's sharing about the Golden Buddha. And so I will have Paul treat us out.
Thank you, Reverend Mel, and thank you very much, Reverend Claire. So join me in these few minutes as we close, just to be grateful for this opportunity that we have had to grow our consciousness, to expand our knowledge, and to be supported in this teaching. I'm grateful, we are grateful. And we end with the realization that God is always within. So until we meet again, let this awareness be with us. The God within is supporting us, is guiding us, and always showing us the way. It's for us just to know this truth, become aware of this truth, and tap into this divine abundance and divine goodness. So until we meet again, we know we are guarded and guarded perfectly. And so it is.
And so
So
it
it
is.
is.
It is. Have a
Right.
great weekend. Let's be the good and good Buddha we are. Good night.
Yes, billionaire, I love your comment in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes something happens that seems really bad. Like, oh my God, they dropped the Buddha. But it was a wonderful thing. So sometimes something happens, you think, maybe this is just me being dropped right now. So
Yeah.
we're open to seeing what's the good, what good is going to come out of this. Love you all. I know you're going to have an amazing week. See you in class and see you around.
Okay, thank
Love
you.
you. Love you too. Love you too. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right. And if you could stop recording, Reverend Claire,
Oh,
and
okay.
can you stay on just for a few minutes after everybody's left?
Sure.
Thanks.